be able to have a science vlog at this moment in time. Okay, so we'll be able to discuss the basics. Okay, so we are talking about mathematical science. Okay, but before understanding really mathematical science, we need to introduce metric prefixes. Okay, so this is useful in conversion. Okay, useful in conversion from, for example, from meter to feet, from miles to feet, something like that, and a whole lot more. But before understanding the true picture of this particular topic, we need to introduce the metric prefixes first. Okay, so there's a lot of application for this. For example, in computers, we need to use the byte as our unit of measure. B-Y-T-E. And if we say gigabyte, so meaning to say that is 10 raised to the power 9. So 10 to raised to the power 9 is our prefix or our metric prefix. So I have to show to you the 10 to the 1 until 10 to the 18 and 10 to the negative 1 to 10 to the negative 18. So we can use this to aggregate a lot of zeros in different digits or figures in numbers. Something like that. So we need to avoid too much zeros. We need to put that in our papers, in our notebooks, or in our books, things like that, because it irritates us putting a lot of zeros. You get a point? That's why we need to use prefixes for that. Okay? You get a point. For example, 10 to the negative 6 micro. So there's a lot of zeros to be put. So negative 6, something like that. So I have to show it to you here. So it's gonna be a long discussion, I think so. It runs to about 30 minutes maximum. Okay, so where's my title again, guys? Senior high school, especially studying chemistry. So pasok. Okay, pasok sa banga. So you can listen to this discussion, academic information all about mathematical science, metric prefixes. Okay, so we have to show first positive, okay, and then negative. Okay, so, okay guys, I need to tell you this. When I talk up this chemical engineering in Cebu Institute of Technology University, I did not memorize everything about this. It is only when I worked in different countries, okay, Middle East, Asia, in which I need to research more because I'm not very good in mathematics. Okay, so that's the real reason because I am weak for that aspect. Though I am good in memorization, concepts, theories, principles, but I have to be honest with you guys. So I need to develop really my mathematical IQ. Okay, in that situation, so I learned that there's a lot of prefixes pala talaga siya. Since if I know that before, maybe I can have better scores in my general engineering score in the board examination. But sad to say, I was able to make that very high scores in general engineering. Okay, so again guys, if you're taking bachelor's in chemical engineering, there are 3 areas, right? General engineering, physical and chemical principles, and the chemical engineering is the major. But sad to say, my lowest score is really general engineering because there's a lot of mathematics there. Really. Okay, and my highest score is of course chemical engineering. Okay, like that. And I wonder why also second lang yung physical and chemical principles ko talaga siya. Okay? That's the point. So really, that's why I keep on using my initiative to study more and more and more and more and more about basic mathematics. And here it goes. We're studying the metric prefixes. And this is really the basics of all mathematics. Prefixes really guys, because unit of conversions are very important in engineering. And you have to know this. Okay? Like that. Okay. So positive metric prefixes first. Okay. I have to draw a table. Can you take a look on the white magnetic board? I decided to do this black guys because I need also to refresh. Though I have some in my brain cells, but I need to refresh really. Okay, so we have the positive and the negative. Okay? Like that. And this is very useful in problem solving, whether it is a mathematics problem solving, or it's gonna be an engineering related problem solving, or it's science problems, physics, chemistry, name it. It's very, very useful, guys. You need to know this. Or as much as you can, you should memorize completely this while you are still in the first year college. Because over and over again, until first year to fifth year college, especially if you're taking engineering, this will come over and over again. So it's better to stock this in our hippocampus, in our brain cells part. Here, our brain cells. So the storage of knowledge, learning is our hippocampus part of our brain cells. So, memorized. Okay? Of course, you have to understand before you memorize, but it's an advantage to memorize really. Okay, so we have positive and negative metric prefixes. Okay, take note, metric, not English. Okay, because we have also English units, right? Okay, so we're just focusing here the SI units or the metric prefixes. Okay, so my gosh, you have to learn this, guys. Basic mathematics, my gosh, algebra. Okay. And you can never understand very well in calculus also if you don't have a comprehensive knowledge in algebra or the basic math. Okay, you have to start from the foundation, just like a bridge. If the foundation is not very strong, it will collapse. Okay? So, if you're taking engineering and you don't know the basics, then nana. Okay? You will never become a legit engineer in the future. Okay? That's frankly speaking. Okay, now we have to put the positive prefix. Okay, what you got here, guys? Foundation. Everything. House, school, structures, buildings, hotels. The foundation must be strong. Just like learning, your foundation must be strong. Kaya bisan tutuwaron mo na siya, makuha, gawin mo siya if you have a strong foundation in math, and in science. You got a point? Not so much in English, okay, but it's also an advantage, right? But it's not necessary to be good enough in English unless you are taking up Bachelor of Science in Mass Communications or Broadcast Journalism, then you have to be good in English. Okay? Because sad to say, not all engineers are good in English. Most of them are good only in numbers or in science. They can never interpret well in public speaking and in speeches. There are a lot of few engineering students only that can speak well in public places. Or it's a blessing that there are also engineers that can speak English well. Okay? But sad to say, not very high percentage. Okay? So they are fun with numbers. Okay? Figures. Combined with science also. Sciences. Okay. So positive, we have metric prefixes. Sorry guys, it's not very clear. My markers are all consumed. Metric prefixes. Okay. Ganon. So we start with the 10 to the 1. Okay. So 10 to the 1 positive. So we need to put the positive first and then the negative in the other side so that we can really equate. Oh, it's going to be like that, sir. Okay, so that you can really understand, you can pick up the hint and the clue before you will memorize. Okay, so 10 to the 1 and then 10 to the negative 1 here. My gosh, I hate drugs. Okay, 10 to the negative 1. Okay, this is DC in the positive. Okay, like that. Okay, again. So 10 to the 1 and 10 to the negative 1. Sorry, 10 to the negative 1 is DC, not the very positive 1. What I remember in my brain cells is that, are that, polygon, right? So this is what I keep telling you guys. If you talk on, in public or in different audiences, you have to listen what you are talking. You get the point? So they can easily correct it after how many seconds, how many minutes, just like this, right? I put the DC in the 10 to the 1 and I corrected it immediately. So because I listened what I am talking. You get a point? Especially guys, if you do FB live streaming, okay, especially if you have higher positions in the government, you get a point. And if you captivate the audiences, and then you are not really trustworthy to become the leader if you are talking a lot of mistakes and errors in the public. Okay? So that's really a requirement. Brilliant and smart leaders. Okay, you can easily correct immediately upon listening what you are talking. Okay, just like this. Sorry for that, I got mistake also. So 10 to the raised to the power 1. It is deca. Okay? That's why we have decagon. Okay? Polygon, right? A polygon that has 10 sides because 10 raised to the power 1 is deca. The prefix is deca. And adding gon because that is polygon. Okay? Poly means multiple and gon means the side. That's why polygon. Okay? You get a point. And deca is 10 to the 1 or something 10. So deca. Okay, ganon. And then DC here and 10 to the negative 1. Okay guys, you can also write in your blank sheet of paper and then memorize that letter. Okay, students who are listening right now to me, you get a point. You can see the board or the whiteboard in front of you or not. No. Okay, so 10 to the 2. What is 10 to the 2 and what is 10 to the negative 2? Okay, let's do this slowly so that we can memorize gradually and put that in our brain cells. Okay, 10 to the 2, heck 2. Okay, heck 2. And then 10 to the negative 2, centi. Guys, diri pa lang, sorry, I have to speak in Bisaya also a little bit, ha? Okay, diri pa lang, you can notice, oh, this is something. The rhyme will matter. In English, rhyme, the same sound. You get a point? For example, if you are writing a poem or a poetry, one of your requirements is you have a sound rhyme. R-H-Y-M-E, so that your poetry and your poem will be attractive, okay, in listening to it. You got a point. So the same also in metric prefixes also. Deci, centi, right? Rhyme, the same sound. Okay. So 10 to the 3. What is 10 to the 3? Expected, the same sound. Kilo. Because 10 to 3 is hecto. Hecto, kilo, so the same sound. Rhyme, R-H-Y-M-E. Okay. Kilo. That's why we have 1,000. Okay? Kilograms. Okay, 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram because that is 10 raised to the power 3 gram. Oh, grams pala, plural. Okay, so kilo. Okay, 10 to the 3. And the equivalent for 10 to the negative 3, what is this? Okay, milli. Again, rhyme. DC, centi, milli. So, in your memorization pa lang, pasok sa banga. Di ka magpataka. Because it is a rhyme. Okay? So, for example, if you forgot your memorization and you exchange the 10 to the 3 to the 10 negative 3, just follow the rhyme. Oh, it's not because it's not rhyme. Right? So, it will be an add clue and strategy during your memorization. Okay. 10 to the negative 3 is milli. Okay, that's why we have 1,000 milligrams. Okay, like that equals 1,000 milliliter. Volume lang muna. Actually, pwede rin siya. Okay, so volume, milliliters. Okay, so 1,000 milliliters plus 1 liter. Okay, so you can say 1,000 milliliters. Okay, like that. Okay, here's the point, guys. Milli is 10 to the negative 3. Okay, so very, very common in Bacala or in a market or in a mall. If you buy a drink, right? So the unit of measure is expressed could either be in liter and milliliters. So 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters because 10 to the negative 3 or something like that. Negative prefix. Okay? Am I correct? Yes. Okay. Milli. So 10 to the 6. What is this? Allah. 10 to the 6, what is this? And 10 to the negative 6, what is this? Okay. 10 to the negative 6, what is this? This is micro. Micro. Micro is usually expressed in the, wait, I have to think. Okay. In the radioactivity, the unit of measure of the, radioactivity. Okay? Katong mga radioactive substance, katong mga iridium, radium, uranium, cesium, plutonium. Those are radioactive substances in the periodic table. I think it's gonna be the second to the last row, together with artificially prepared elements. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. Because I did that also memorize completely the periodic table when I was in college. Okay, like that. So 10 to the negative 6 is, okay, micro. So, like that. Okay, you get the point. Micro. So, nabali na po dali. Micro. So, 10 to the 6, isa naman sa siya dali. So, that is mega. Okay, mega. That's why we have 10 megabytes. 15 megabytes of our flash drive storage of data, because the unit of measure is byte, B-Y-T-E, and the prefix is mega. So megabyte for computers, okay, or storage, or any different storage drives or whatever. Okay, so this mega. Okay, now 10 to the 9. What is 10 to the 9? Nakakaloka. 10 to the 9, giga. Familiar, right? So our laptops usually expressed in gigabytes, right? 2 gigabytes microprocessor, something like that. Okay, so that's gonna be 10 to the 9 giga. Okay, meaning to say there's 9 zeros plus the byte or gigabyte. Okay, so 10 to the negative 9, what's here? Okay, 10 to the negative 9, what's this? This is difficult na siya, guys, not familiar, but to those who are really studious and really, have an initiative to research more, especially engineering students, engineering graduates or engineers, they know this also. So this is tera. Okay? 10 to the negative 9. So it's not say, because that is micro, again, rhyme, dali na kakong brain cells. So this is pico. Okay, you get the point. So this is pico because rhyme. Okay, so if you forgot really, that's what I told you over and over again. If you forget, follow the rhyme. Okay, so this is pico. Okay, like that. Okay, you get the point. So 10 to the 12. Okay, so giga. So, rhyme. So, dili ang tera. Wow. Diba? Diba na ko ninyo? Now, if you are trying to speak, listen what you are talking so that you can easily correct. Okay? So, 10 to the 12, tera. Okay? Okay. 10 to the 15. Okay, wait. Pagpasa guys ha. Oy, sorry kayo, pinapang akong microphone. Charot.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Guys, sorry kayo, guys. Okay, 10 to the 12 tera and 10 to the negative 9 nano. Okay, 10 to the negative 12 pico. Okay, so the rhyme is here, right? Mega, giga, tera. Micro, nano, pico. So 10 to the 15. Okay, 10 to the 15. and 10 to the 18. So 18 lang takoto. Actually, there are a lot until 23, but it's very difficult to memorize na talaga siya to the 23, to the 22 because, most of the problem solving in engineering, math, and science will never reach there. Okay, even though in 15, 18, it's only seldom and rare, unusual. So it will only landed up to Terra maximum. But we don't know, right? In the near future, in the future, that you'll be able facing an examination that expresses in, for example, 12, 12 parameter like that. For example, a proton travels 12 parameter distance, something like that. Calculate the density of the proton, like that. Oh, because you did not memorize the tera. You get the point. That's the point really. If you meet unfamiliar, unfamiliar prefix, such like this. So tera, okay, to the pico. 10 to the 15 is pita. Oh, ganon. Okay, and 10 to the negative 15 is femto. Okay, so you have to take up to the 15. It starts with the letter F. So 10 to the negative 15 also femto. So your clue. Okay, so that you'll never be lost also in the 10 to the negative. Oh my gosh, 15, so femto. Ganon. Okay, and then 10 to the negative 9, this is 9, so that starts with the letter N. Nano. Ganon. Okay, so 10 to the negative 18 and positive 18. Ang sabi siya. Okay, 10 to the 18 is exa. Okay, exa. Okay, if I will say, draw an hexagon. Class, please draw an hexagon. Then a grade 6 student will write a polygon composed of 18 sides. But of course, they will never know this because this is already complicated. Even though most of the engineers doesn't know this. Okay, because this is very high already. Exa into the 18. So usually it appears in the exosphere. Right? Exosphere. Biosphere, hydrosphere. You remember that one? Okay? Lithosphere. Okay, so we have also exosphere, and where that region is very hot. Nobody will survive. Okay? You get the point. You have also mesosphere. So, like that. You understand? Okay, so exa. Okay? So everything will start with exa, exo, exa galore. So, put in your brain cells that is 10 to the 18. Okay? Ganon. Okay. Now, equivalence 10 to the negative 15. 10 to the negative 18 is A2. A2. Okay? So the rhyme will be here, right? The rhyme will start from the 10 to the 1 and to 10 to the 3 only. So we have, for the positive prefixes, deca, hecto and kelo only. The deca and the 10 to the 6 will follow the rhyme. Okay, here. Monimong technique, guys. Okay? For the positive negative prefix. The 10 to the 1 and 10 to the 6 to the 10 to the 18, puro siya at the last rhyme. Okay, and then in the negative, your clue also, 10 to the negative 1 to the negative 3, e. Oh, ganon. This is it, and the 10 to the negative 6 to the negative 18, o. Ganon. Micro, nano, pico, atom. Perfect! Right? So if you can encounter conversion factors or solving a conversion from matter to feet, blah blah blah, so and so, then you can really use this. Very useful. Okay, metric prefixes. Okay, thank you so much for watching in this, shall I say, short vlog. 24 minutes already. Thank you so much. If you are not subscribing with my YT channel, you can subscribe and then you can click the notification bell for some news updates of my singer channel. God bless everybody. I tried to be fast just to reach 15 minutes, but I exceeded a lot because somebody reminded me. So, my friend, shout out to you, June Abrao. Thanks for reminding me. Okay. Thank you so much. There's a technique really in vlogging, live streaming. I don't know. As long as I can share information, that's it. Okay, but he is very, very clever and brilliant to study the mechanisms or the mechanics and the criteria of how to vlog. So let's let them follow him. I always exceeded na talaga siya. Thank you so much, God bless everybody. See you later from the next vlog again. Mathematical science, particularly chemistry and math. Bye-bye. Kaloka. Hoy! Tapos guys. Yan, ganon.